Americans are stressed out. Women in America are stressed out. Hi, my name is Nana. I'm Nana Scott. I'm a nurse. I'm also a health and wellness coach. And my goal is to empower millions of women to start prioritizing their health through self-care, nutrition, and fitness. And today we're discussing how to manage stress and build confidence through self-care, nutrition, and fitness. Americans are stressed out. Women in America are stressed out. In our Facebook group recently, I asked a question. I wanted to know the most important topic that the ladies wanted us to start talking about to, help them in their everyday life. And majority of the women are saying stress. How can we manage stress? How can I manage stress so that I'm not emotionally eating and gaining weight? I'm stressed out. And I completely understand that because especially in this economy, there's so much going on right now that it's scary and that makes us stressed, right? So this is going to be a video that we're going to break down because I can't just talk about stress management and building confidence within one video. So it's going to be multiple series. But today I really just wanted to press on stress because that's what my women are asking for. And I know the importance of, I know what stress can do to you. So let's focus on this one first. I want to talk about how I deal with stress, give you some tips on how you can manage stress, and you just go from there. But just make sure that everything that we're talking about, you're implementing it. It's one thing to sit and listen to what someone's saying, but if you're not actually taking the action to, make that happen, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change. You're going to keep being stressed out, and that can lead to a lot of illness in your life. So the first thing for me, when I'm stressed out, when I'm overwhelmed, I cry. Let's get that out of the way. Let's start there. I'll cry. I have to cry. There are times where I'm just I'm sitting and I feel overwhelmed, and I'll ask my boyfriend and I'm like, babe, do you think I should cry? He's just like it's so normal to him now. He'll just answer. He'll be like, yeah, baby, if you feel like you should cry, you should cry. And then I'll cry. That's me. That's how I'm telling you how I deal with stress. The first thing is crying. When I cry, I feel like I'm less overwhelmed. I'm able to approach and I'm able to handle the situation. Now, then there are times where crying is just not enough. I'm crying and I'm crying. Or sometimes I don't even know how to cry because I'm so overwhelmed and I feel like I can't move this mountain. I don't know what to do. It's beyond me, right? We all have those moments where you're so overwhelmed, you're so stressed out, and you don't even know what to do. That's when I take it to God. I take it to God. Not everyone's into God. That's completely fine. But this is my channel. I am into God, so we'll have to discuss God because I can't sit here and act like He's not my foundation. So first thing first, I take it to God. There are times where I don't even know how to pray. And believe me, I'm an amazing prayer. But there are times where you're so stressed, you're so overwhelmed, your head is so blocked that you can't even put things in words. So there are times then I will just sit and I'll say, God, find me. Find me, meaning I'm lost. I don't know where I am. I can't handle this on my own. I need you. I can't be the one to come to you this time because I don't know my way. So find me. And I've said that so many times in my life, and I promise you, I'm getting emotional, but not gonna cry. Not gonna cry on camera. But every time I've called God, it doesn't matter what I'm going through in this world. Every time I've said His name, He's been there. And every time I've prayed or every time I've talked about what I was going through, there are times where when I first moved to Los Angeles or even now where work is hard or I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with my life or where I want to take certain opportunities. And I just sit and I talk to God and I say, God, I can't do this. I don't know the answer to this. I need you to take my hands and lead me into the direction that you want me to go. I need you to be the foundation that I stand on. Doors are always opening up for me that way. And after I talk to God, I'm less stressed. There's this thing, this is what I say. This is what works for me. So I'm telling you what works for me. I always say this, God, I need you to fill me with you. Give me confidence because there are times where I have self-doubt and I don't have confidence because I'm so stressed out. I'm doubting myself. I'm overthinking. And I'll say, God, fill me with you. Give me confidence. Give me courage. Let the world see you and me. When I open my mouth to speak, let them hear your voice. Every step I take, let them see your footprints. And every room I walk into, let it be you that is seen, not me. And every time I talk to God like that, no matter how stressed I am, every time I present this situation to God, I feel a little less, I don't feel as overwhelmed anymore, because I believe that there's never been a day where I've called God and he didn't come through. So I'm like, okay, I've talked to God about this. He hears my heart. I know that he's going to figure this out. I'm not sure when exactly it's going to happen, but I can relax a little bit now because I've talked to God about it. This is how I handle stress. That's the number one way. The first step is I cry. Second step is I talk to God. Either or. Sometimes I talk to God first and then I cry because I'm so emotional. I know that he's going to come through for me, and I'm a crybaby, so I'll cry regardless. So that's when I do that, I know that something's going to happen. God got me. Another method that I use is running. I love exercising. I've been in track since I was in middle school. So I've always used running to help with relieving stress. I would run like 5 times a week just to prevent myself from getting to that point where I'm stressed and I'm overwhelmed. If I don't run at least 3 to 4 times a week, I'm sluggish. I'm not as motivated. I'm overwhelmed and I'm easily ticked off, if that makes sense. So I try running as much as I can because I know how therapeutic it is for me, and I know how it helps, especially like running at night. For me, you sleep so much better. So that's another way to relieve stress, at least for me. You don't have to run if you're not a runner, but I recommend that you start implementing some kind of exercise, whether it's just going for a walk, getting some fresh air and sunshine, putting away your device so you're not, constantly sucked into that. You can just clear your head that way. That's another way of relieving stress. And then one thing I want to stress on is make sure you know what's causing your stress. Because if you don't know what's causing your stress, you don't know how to go about handling it. If it's someone in your life that's causing stress, I'm a big believer of letting them go. Whether it's a family member, a friend, a coworker, whatever the situation is, I don't feel like people should be in your life causing stress. If you're in my life, you have to be there to uplift me. You have to be there to help me grow. You have to be there to support me. You have to be there to empower me. You have to be a support system. You have to be therapeutic. You know what I mean? So if you have someone in your life that's causing you to be stressed, if you have someone in your life that's, that has all this negative energy, I always recommend, ladies, that you try and pull yourself away from that. You try and distance yourself as much as you can. If you can't completely get rid of the person, you can distance yourself from that. Another way that I deal with stress is food. A lot of people think that eating healthy most likely means that you want to lose weight. That's majority of our Americans' mindset, that she's eating healthy, she's eating clean because she's watching her figure. No, I'm not sure if you know this, but let me put you on game. Eating healthy actually helps with your mood. When you're eating the right foods, you have more energy, your mind is clearer, you're happier. Literally, you're happier when you consumed healthy foods. So when you're constantly eating processed foods and you're constantly eating a lot of sugar and sugary drinks and whatnot, you don't have as much energy. You're a little sluggish, maybe a lot, but you're sluggish, you're not as motivated, and you don't think as clear as you would if you're consuming healthier foods. So that's another way to deal with stress. If you're stressed out, take a day and just a full day of just eating really good, healthy meals. Delicious. You still need to enjoy the foods that you're eating, but I would say take a day to just consume healthy foods. Drink a lot of water. Go outside, get some sunshine, interact with therapeutic people that are actually going to make you laugh more, people that are going to, uplift you. Those are ways to deal with stressors. So we've talked about fitness, we've talked about nutrition. My favorite part of dealing with stress is self-care. I am the queen of self-care. Let me tell you, the moment I'm stressed out, I need a moment. I need to take a break and I need to get myself together. So for self-care, again, I spoke about this before, but self-care looks differently for everyone. What could be taking care of me could be completely different from you. What could be, like, for example, I wake up at 5 in the morning to go, 5:45. 5:45, not 5. I'm up at 5:45 in the morning to go to the gym. That's self-care for me. That's how I take care of my mental. That's how I take care of my physical, and that makes me feel good emotionally. For you, sleeping in until noon could be self-care for you because you're exhausted and you need to catch up on sleep. So figure out something in your life that you enjoy doing and start implementing more of that. For me, I'm big on traveling. We're in a different state right now. We're taking a whole week off and we're just having a good time. I love to travel. I like to get away. I like to eat good foods, and I like to take days where I do nothing. The last video we talked about was the art of doing nothing and just relaxing and resting. I am big on just turning on the TV, watching cartoons and laughing, being around amazing people that are just going to keep me laughing, people that are going to educate me. I love sunshine. I love going outside. I like getting fresh air. I love getting massages. We get a massage once a month. I love going to the sauna. Those are the things that I love. Those are the things that help me take care of myself. So I would pray about it, cry about it, eat healthy most of the time, exercise. I would either travel to a different scenery, or during the weekdays, I'll turn off my phone around like 6, 7 and do something that I actually enjoy doing, like maybe watching cartoons, spending time with my loved ones, or reading a book. That's how I'm able to manage stress. So down below, let me know some tips and tricks that you're using to manage stress.